This is a strong contender for album of the year for me. Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. My name is Michael Mansour, and I'm joined, as always, by my trusty co-host, Alexander Volt. Say hello.
Hello.
This is Every Album Ever, the podcast where we listen to every single album in the world, one artist at a time. That's usually a new discography per episode, except for these EAE singles episodes where we cover one new album at a time. And what are we discussing today?
Caught me off guard. 1 second.
It's also right in front of you.
There. I thought that was the song. We're discussing the latest album by Ken Mode, Void.
Void by Ken. I am borderline offended that you forgot the name of this album and this band.
I wear a lot of hats. Did a lot today, so didn't forget the name of the band. This is the album.
So we are talking about a little band called Ken Mode, whose name has grazed my ears for a while, but I've never, ever, ever, ever heard them.
Same.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So this is both of our first Kenwood albums.
Yes.
What do you think?
They are Ken enough.
They're Ken enough?
Ken enough.
Wait, what does that mean?
Oh, sorry. It's from the Barbie movie.
We have not all seen Barbie, Alex.
I assume everyone's seen Barbie.
So what does that mean?
They're great. Yeah, they're great.
This is fucking amazing. This is beyond great. Fuck Ken. This is Mode. That doesn't make any sense either. This is... I don't even know where to fucking start. These guys have been around for how long, and they have how many? I know they put out an album like last year.
Yes, and this is considered a companion piece to that album. That album is called Null.
Oh no! Okay, the covers are similar and creepy.
Yeah, since like 1999, they've been doing extreme noisy stuff.
That's a long ass time. I can't believe they've been around that long.
Yeah. Also read that they're from Winnipeg,
yeah,
Manitoba. Mm-hmm. So I decided to represent another legend from Winnipeg. Kenneth Jerome Omega.
Jerome? His middle name is Jerome?
No, someone like jokingly calls him that, and I'm like, it's hilarious.
I see.
Yeah.
Never got around to listening to them. They're just one of the millions of bands that I hear or whose name I come across, and there's just the world is too big, man. I don't know what to fucking do. But yeah. Thanks to this stupid little podcast we do, I'm in love.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This fucking year is competitive.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet, and we've already on the show covered so many potential album of the year albums. It's fucking crazy.
And there's maybe like 5 we haven't talked about that are also in contention. So,
oh my God. Yeah. So this album, Void. I mean, where the fuck do we start?
I don't know if all their stuff is like this. It's this like crazy, nice blend of hardcore music, noise music, and post-rock. Yeah,
they call it, at least on their Bandcamp, metal hardcore influenced extreme noise rock.
Yes.
It certainly does feel like that because, gotta say it, up front, up top, the Jesus Lizard influence is profound.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we love us some Jesus Lizard. Check out that episode. So it's not like I would never call it a bad thing, but it is. I mean, it's basically Dwayne Dennison playing guitar here. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I feel like Jesus Lizard, this kind of created a subgenre of noise rock. They are to noise rock what Black Sabbath is to.
I disagree.
To stoner.
Well, I don't disagree entirely. I disagree with a thing like this where it's not just noisy and then a guy mumbling on a mic and with like prominent guitar lines. It's these specifically unsettling, spooky guitar lines that are razor sharp, that ring out. This guy's playing exactly the way Dwayne Dennison plays. It's as though he went in trying to write Jesus Lizard lines, and it sounds like I'm ripping on it because of that. So the guitar lines sound super Jesus Lizardy, but the rest is what gives it its character and its personality. It's fucking so powerful. It's oh boy.
Yeah, I would say the peaks and valleys in this album are what makes it work. Where if these songs were just, one shade like
Yeah.
and 1 BPM, it'd be like, it's cool, but it doesn't really speak to my soul. And most of these songs, even if they're 2 minutes long, like Painless,
Yeah,
it's a nice journey to go on.
It's incredible. I think every song is fucking incredible.
Yeah, well, it's not nice, but nice for me.
I think it's nice. Yeah, it's nice in our twisted, damaged brains. And I'll start with the production. This is one of my favorite extreme sounding records.
Yeah,
like maybe not. That sounds like an overstatement. It's this style of it anyway. It really seriously reminds me of Chat Pile.
Mm-hmm.
The last album they put out, it was like 2 years ago, or was it last year? I forgot.
Last year.
It was last year.
I did think of Chat Pile because I was like, oh, well, I knew they had a few albums, but it's the same thing where I'm like, that's a big backlog to work my way through one day.
Yeah, but it reminds me of what I think was God's Country, where the bass has this fucking punch to it, where it's super duper heavy, it's very detuned, and it has both bottom and point to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how the fuck they do it, but it feels like it's smacking you in the face as soon as it comes in. It's really fucking powerful, but it really just feels like that Chat Pile bass where you just get the inkling to fucking crank it.
Yeah.
And then that coupled with these guitar lines, these Jesus Lizard ass guitar lines, it's just a beautiful mix, and it's really fucked up, but it's really heavy and it's really satisfying. And all of that would be enough to sell me. I'm already fucking sold on that. And then you get the keys, you get the fucking synths, and you get the pianos, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah. I wish I made the time to listen to Null, because I really like the description Decibel Magazine used, where Null is you fighting, and then this one is you losing. And despite not hearing Null, I very much like, right when I read that, I was like, oh, I like understand, like I understand what they're saying, where this is you losing, especially with like song titles like We're Small Enough. I cannot, and the relevance of being like,
dude, fucking the entirety of A Reluctance of Being is like the most depressing, soul crushing. I'm not gonna be okay is like the main line.
Yeah. It's just kind of minimal, this like clean singing over feedback with like tom drums,
very monotonous pounding big open notes,
and it just escalates into violence and saxophones, which is crazy.
Really fucking badass John Zorn wiggling around, not dicking around. Dicking around saxophone is very no wavy in that sense, but
and then I was like pleasantly surprised. I was like, is that like a one and done with the saxophones? But
oh yeah, no, it is not.
The closing track, Not Today, Old Friend.
The closer is fucking just unbelievably good.
Yeah, that's the most like post rock thing on here, and yeah, the like, I don't know. I always think of saxophone as like a wacky, crazy instrument, and to hear it on this like somber song and this somber, unless you're cool like Miles Davis, it's a wacky.
Well, I mean, like I said before, the saxophone is coming to its own. I mean, the whole Black Country New Road. I mean, that's a completely different shade of sax. And here,
the comment is coming.
Yep, very different use of it. But that closer. It's like it's the one of the most different things on here. It's the only one that's like clean beginning to end. But even then, it's devastating. It's brutal while being clean, really heavy and emotional. That bass line just fucking rules, and then the piano comes in and it's just it's hair raising. It's absolutely fucking hair raising.
There is no shortage of good bass lines here, because sandwiched in between those, and I don't know why I like this song title. I just like it. He was a good man. He was a taxpayer.
Yeah, it
sounds like a punchline to a joke, but I don't know what the joke is, and on an album like this, I'm assuming there's no joke.
Probably not. Yeah, I mean, that song is fucking amazing, though that one still sounds very Jesus Lizardy, but that's one of the few songs on this album where the bass line feels Jesus Lizardy.
Mm-hmm.
It's more melancholy than they ever were. It's got its own personality and feel to it, but you ain't hiding these influences. But even still, like the vocals are fucking all over the place. Sometimes they're sung and sometimes they're spoken in a really weird, soft kind of way, and sometimes they're super screamed and whatever.
My favorite song on here is the near 8-minute epic, These Wires.
I knew that would be your favorite. I mean, holy shit, that song fucking that rules.
I would have been cool with that song being like a normal length song.
Yeah.
And to my delight, it's just like, it's this like atmospheric, almost like slint opening. The like piano, like you were talking about, is great.
Yeah. That's the first song where pianos come in, and I am over the moon.
The like spoken word or like talking part, the way it's delivered kind of reminds me of like those weirdos on that hip hop label, like Anticon, like something they would do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, this is like a very diverse song.
Extremely.
And then the heavy parts are like the most triumphant compared to all the other heavy stuff on this album, which is like Kick Your Dick in the Dirt or Doom and Gloom.
Yeah, the heavy riffs are usually pretty devastating. That one, it's beautifully melodic, even when it gets giant and distorted. And it doesn't just like build up on one idea. It goes to several different places over the course of 8 minutes, and it ends with this. Oh God, it's just so beautiful and punishing. And yeah, those vocals, those clean vocals. What's the singer's name? Are they even listed on this Bandcamp? Do we know their names?
Also, R.I.P. Bandcamp.
What happened to Bandcamp?
Fucking Epic Games bought them.
Epic Games bought Bandcamp? That seems weird and icky.
It is icky. The layoffs already started. I'm sure they're, Bandcamp's cool because it's a way to like directly pay the artist. They've already laid off over half the people at Bandcamp, Christ. And I'm sure they're figuring out how to fuck over the artists.
I can't find the fucking members' names.
Should have gone to Wikipedia.
Are they even on Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Okay, finally. Their website and their Bandcamp don't have their names on it. Hilarious. Jesse Matthewson.
There you go.
Oh, looks like brothers on vocals, guitar, and drums. Shane Matthewson on drums. But Jesse's vocals, there's a lot of range there, but on These Wires, I mean, the nerdiest vocals, like the nerdiest sounding voice, which is not what I was expecting from this band based off the opening 2 tracks.
Yeah, all sorts of surprises in here. I'm sure there's like all sorts of surprises throughout their whole career. I see they've like toured with a lot of cool people.
Yeah, they have a lot of albums too.
Yeah,
I'm very curious to hear what some of these sound like.
I really like following up These Wires with We're Small Enough.
Yeah.
It's just like a beautiful synth journey. It's like instrumental. It's the perfect palate cleanser for like about the halfway point of the album.
Yeah, because These Wires are so
you need some synth levity.
And it's not even like cheesy synth. It's it's not minimal, but it's just like
subtle.
It's subtle. It's nice. It feels good. It's almost the mood of it is dark in an almost post-punk kind of way, where it doesn't sound like a post-punk song, but just the way it's written, the progressions feel very post-punky to me. And yeah, those synths, the synths are around on the album, but that's like the one where it kind of takes the front seat a little bit. I Cannot is so brutal.
That is the most brutal song on the album.
Hey, my goodness, bludgeoning bass. That's the only word to describe that.
Yes.
I mean, it's fucking amazing. This album is fucking amazing. The crazy saxes are on that one as well. Yeah, how long is this? Is like,
it's pretty like a 40-minute.
Yeah,
it's weird. It almost it feels, because it's so good. It's one of those albums where you're like, it's over already.
It feels like it ends immediately, because the opener it's really a perfect opener. It sets you up exactly for what the whole thing is going to be like. Sure, there's still variation and there's some range to it, but God, it's just one of those openers where I already know, like, oh, all right, this is gonna be a good time. Whatever's coming next, I know I'm gonna like it. And the way Painless comes in is just perfect pacing. It comes in super fast and brutal and sadistic. There's no like stopping between the opening track and the opening track, and Painless kind of jumps right into it, so it keeps up the momentum. And then These Wires comes on and then gives you this big epic, more melodic, deeper thing. And then we're small enough. It settles. It's a perfectly fucking paced.
A plus pacing on this album.
It's remarkable. This is fucking remarkable. It makes me feel like a goddamn moron for like that happens a lot on this show, honestly.
Sure, but it's a big world.
Yeah, there's just so many things to, and this cover is pretty creepy. But honestly, if I see this cover, I don't care. Like I'm just like, okay, it's another one of those extreme bands. I'm sure they're cool. I don't know. Maybe I'll get to it one day. And I would be a fool. I would be missing out on one of the fucking best albums of the year by far.
Yeah, I don't know why I've always like put them off. I guess also it's like if you don't have friends hyping a band up, it's just kind of hard to like take a leap on your own unless you've heard some glowing review like you find people are hearing today. And
which brings us to the reason that we're covering this. Our boy Tom Osman, you should all check out. He helps us out with all the history and gets us album stuff. He reviews albums for several publications, and he reviewed this album, gave it a glowing review, and just by what he said about it, I was like, this sounds up my alley.
Yeah. I didn't want to be swayed by his delightful words, so I did not read it. I'm gonna read it now.
I think I'm confident enough to like I'll take someone's word into account and then decide, like, because like it took me a long time to figure out how to do that though.
Oh, but, sure.
That just made me curious. Like maybe I will like it because I think his taste is even more extreme than ours, which is pretty crazy. But no, this is truly incredible. I mean. Fuck, dude.
Yeah. Speechless.
Pretty much. This one,
I guess not speechless, but you know, I don't know what else I could say to like talk this up.
Like this. Yeah. So we're also listening to this at the same time that we're listening to Mayhem, which we put out last week. And you know, I'm jumping back and forth between albums. This is the one where I'm in the middle of that discography. I listened to this once and I already think like, okay, I'm not gonna let's do it again until like when we do it, because I already know how I feel. I got my notes. There's no like rethinking or like, well, how did I really feel about? No, this is a strong contender for album of the year for me. I mean, holy shit, this is really up there.
Damn, I really enjoy it, but I know it's not getting my spot.
It's not getting your spot, but it might get mine. I don't know yet, but I love it that much.
It's great, but there's a few other things where I was just like, gave me the vapors.
Ooh, did it? Yeah, this is just everything I love about heavy music, because it's not just it pounds your fucking face in the mud 100%, but there's actual hooks on here. There's actual great melodies. The atmosphere of it is fucking incredible, and it's really unsettling at times and very dark, but truly beautiful. That closer is fucking beautiful, like unapologetically beautiful.
And it's like that's how closers should be,
where it sticks with you. Like fuck, man, it's such a it is a perfect closer because it makes you want to like immediately put the whole thing on all over again. I mean, this thing is basically flawless to me. I mean, holy,
wow.
I can't find anything wrong. Like, the Jesus Lizard influence is insane, and it sounds extremely, extremely, extremely like influenced by it. But I love the Jesus Lizard, and these are still unique guitar lines and unique melodies.
Yeah,
and it fits perfectly with this crushing rhythm section, which Jesus Lizard never had. They never were this heavy, and then the vocals are completely different. There's zero David Yow worship here. Which I'm actually very surprised by.
Yeah.
Definitely expected a lot more yowness, but I'm pleasant. Yeah, I'm glad that this dude is just his own self, his own man.
I might just go completely backwards in my journey. Like,
yeah, just start from this one and go back. Yeah, all the way back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like hop around. I'm gonna strictly move backwards.
Yeah, it's so funny how long it's been since I've done something like that, just because this podcast does not require that, and it's actually requires the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember back when I was a teenager, like that was just a thing that always came up. Like, I don't know, I don't know which album to start with.
Yeah.
And here it's just like you are forced to start with their shitty first album, and then learn to appreciate it, and then get to the other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they're not all shitty first albums, but sometimes they are.
The album Enrich is the one Matt Bayless worked on.
Oh yeah. Oh, Entrench.
Or Entrench,
Yeah.
sorry. There's also Canada loves these guys.
Yeah, I mean, just listen to it if you like it. I mean, if you like heavy music, if you like Jesus Lizard, there's zero reason if you like the Jesus Lizard to not listen to this. Zero, because it doesn't feel like, oh, they're just copying it doesn't feel like that. It feels like familiar. It gives you like a little bit of familiarity along with this fucking extreme crushing noise rock. Yeah, and I don't know too many other. This really just reminds me of Chap Hop because that's how small my vocabulary is with these newer extreme noise rock bands.
Yeah.
Which feels fucking retarded because I love it so much. Like I need to be sat down and given a full list of all the stuff that's existing now that scratches this itch. Because good God.
You probably would have put Null on your
year end. I bet I fucking would have. I bet I would have. Oh yeah, I made a lot of mistakes last year.
Well, you're in luck, Mike, because while I was, looking for something to talk about, I stumbled upon an article here where Jesse Matthews lists his five. Mathewson, sorry. Favorite records from the last half decade. So last 5 years. So there you go.
There it is. Time to rip him off.
Yeah. First one I have not heard. I have not heard of Scar City. X-Re. That's a crazy. This man.
X-Re. I mean, fucking, that is a hilarious album.
It spelled
cover.
like a computer.
Yeah, like replying to an email.
Oh, I think that's an ad. Sorry. I wish that was the album cover though.
Oh shit. Yeah, because that didn't make any fucking sense.
No, yeah, that's an ad. I'll sing you this article though. I haven't heard of any of these artists. Maybe,
Yeah, maybe something to chew on there.
Maybe I'll even dip my toes in some of those waters.
Yeah, so check out the album. For love of God, you owe it to yourself if you like heavy music. And if you don't like heavy music, listen to it anyway. I don't fucking know. It rules. It's absolutely fucking rules. I'm gonna listen to this a lot for the remaining few months of this year. That's for sure.
Guess maybe if you like post rock and you're feeling adventurous.
Yeah, because it's not really post rock. It's more post metal than post rock. And it's not like post metal either. It's really just like post noise rock. There's too many fucking post genres. But it feels like that where you recognize it as noise rock, but it's way more intense. It's way more brutal. And honestly more melodic.
Yeah.
I mean, at times more melodic.
Interesting, hardworking band that I need to give them their due.
Indeed. Oh, I love it. Damn it, I love it. So yeah, so thank you so much for listening and watching, and hanging with us. If you like the video, like the video, talk some shit in the comments, subscribe if you want to hang out with us longer. You can follow me on all social media at PanderMonkey, and then Alex on Instagram at
Every Album Alex.
Please be sure to follow our history guy Tom Osman at Tom Osman Sounds on all social media, as well as TomOsmanSounds.com for all of his music stuff. He does a lot of writing and does a lot of cool stuff like that. Very fun, very fun. But please, beloved God, Patreon, baby. Patreon.com/everyalbumever. That's where you go. You get some bonus episodes. You get to see our schedules in advance. You get to vote on polls to decide what we cover next. You get to join our Discord and suggest these episodes, these EAE singles episodes for us, as well as be part of our community. A very, very fun, active bunch that you got on there. And then if you're tier 2, 1, you can request an entire discography for us to cover on our bigger, longer numbered episodes. And 2, you can request individual albums for us to cover on Patreon bonus episodes. So anything you want, pretty much. Go there, do that. Hell yes, thank you. Now, what we gonna wrap it with?
I mean, you seem to like it more than me, but in my book, there's one song and one song only, and I don't know if you feel that way.
Well, there are a lot of...
I mean, I guess to you everything's perfect.
It is pretty fucking perfect.
There's 8 songs for you.
There's 8 songs. Just give them a little taste, baby. Let's do these wires.
Hell yeah.
So thank you so much for listening and watching. See ya.